Hey, I'm glad you're here. You are going to get some really great marketing information about voiceover, how to market your voiceover business. My name is Lenny B, and this is a series of conversations with a voiceover artist named Julie OConnell. And this conversation and this entire series is me talking with Julie and developing her marketing for her voiceover business. And what we're doing is we're following my Modern Synergy Marketing for Voiceover training course. You can get details about it. It's on my website, lennyb.com. But the conversation you're about to join and watch here is we're pretty deep in. If you find this valuable, you may want to go to the beginning and watch each of the episodes. But we are going to talk about one of the sections in the Modern Synergy Marketing course. And so let's join the conversation now with Julie and I. If you saw the episodes in order, the last time it was your very first effort at making a marketing video. And I just saw your second version, is what we're going to talk about now. And it is awesome. It's such an improvement. Tell me, before we get into the details, tell me about how you feel after watching now the second one compared to the first one. Do you also agree and feel that it's an improvement for what we want it to do?
I do. I feel like it's, first of all, 10 times more interesting to watch.
Agreed.
The first one was boring. And visually, I really like this one a lot better.
Yeah, visually it kind of got monotonous, but also just as like if you're interested in what you had to say, it just seemed like it didn't connect very well. We didn't tell the story, and I think you did this really well this time. And I want to talk about the strengths and some potentially things that we could do to make it even better for the next one. But I kind of almost think this one's ready to post.
I already have my list about that.
Okay, good. So before we go too far, I'm going to do two things. I'm going to play the original one, and then I'm going to play version 2. So let's just go through that right now, because and they're kind of long. I may just play a segment of the first one and then a segment, and then actually I'm going to play a segment of the first one, and then I'm going to play the entire second one.
Okay.
Or maybe I'll play the whole first one first. So people could fast forward on YouTube, right?
True.
Or they could watch it fast or whatever. Okay. So here it is. Here is Julie's first version, and then immediately the same video, same content for her marketing video. We're going to play version 2. Let's check it out.
Hi, my name is Julie, and I'm a voiceover artist. I voice all kinds of things, but one thing I specialize in is voiceovers for meditation and affirmations. And I wanted to share with you the difference between the two. So, meditation is the practice of quieting your mind and body to promote stillness, tranquility, and peace, to attain a state of calmness. There are different types of meditations, one of them being guided meditation, which are led by a guide, either in person or by video or audio. Affirmations are short phrases or statements meant to uplift and empower you when listened to or repeated. They can even be used in your guided meditations. For example, one of my clients wrote her own guided meditation script, including her affirmations, and hired me to voice it and lay beautiful music in the background. And I actually heard from her recently, and she still listens to it to this day and loves it. There are so many good guided meditations out there. I'm so passionate about this stuff. In fact, one of my very favorite guides, he's an Australian man. His name is Jason Stevenson, and I love his stuff. I'm going to put his link in the description, and if you're interested, you should definitely look him up. His stuff has almost 1 billion views and puts me to sleep almost every night. I love him. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I do voiceovers. And if you are interested in meditation, or if you need a voiceover for your guided meditations or affirmations, you can go to my website, which is choosejuliesvoice.com, and submit to me your script. I will send you a free sample back. And if you like my voice, maybe we can work together. I'll be diving a little more deep and detailed about all this good stuff in the future. See you next time. Thanks for watching. Hi there. My name is Julie, and I'm a voiceover artist. My main specialty and favorite genre is voiceover for meditations and affirmations. And if you wanted to know the difference between the two, I will tell you. So essentially, meditation is the practice or the art of quieting your mind and your body. You can either sit or lie down, and you are aiming toward attaining a state of calmness. And meditation promotes stillness, peace, and tranquility. Now, affirmations are short phrases or statements, and these help uplift oneself. They are meant to help you feel empowered. And affirmations can even be incorporated in your meditations. Now, there are different types of meditations out there, one of them being guided meditations. Guided meditations are led by a guide, either in person or audio or video. Here's an example for you. Your guide would say something like, "Let's begin by taking a deep breath in." And then they would continue to lead you through a series of instructions to help you attain that state of calmness. Now, an example of an affirmation would be something like, "I am content. I am calm and relaxed." And as a side note, those particular ones are known sometimes as I am statements, and there are other types of affirmations out there too. So remember I said earlier that your affirmations could be incorporated in your guided meditations? I had a client come to me and she had written her own guided meditation script and wanted me to record it and lay music in the background. And in her script was a list of affirmations as well. So meditations and affirmations can definitely work together. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I do voiceovers. And if you are interested in meditation, or if you need a voiceover for your guided meditations or affirmations, you can go to my website, which is choosejuliesvoice.com, and submit to me your script. I will send you a free sample back, and if you like my voice, maybe we can work together. I'll be diving a little more deep and detailed about all this good stuff in the future. See you next time. Thanks for watching.
Julie, the second one it's so good. I only watched it I've only seen it a couple times, but I love, I'll tell you what strikes me, and then I want to talk about some of the things. So this is what I get right away. Okay. First of all, I like, what really struck me is how good the quality sounded after you were out in the field to then your voiceover. And this is what really struck me, and I know this is based on a conversation we had. I felt, I didn't feel in the first video, like your vibe. I got like, oh, she is doing the flavor, the style of what she offers. Like now I see her meditation voice skill. It comes through loud in this one. I'm like, now I feel like if I'm a person looking for that, I go, oh, I see what she's about. Wow, she's not only teaching me about this, she's doing what she's talking about right now. And man, if I'm in the market for that product, boom. I mean, I feel like you're now it's a marketing piece. You're selling yourself really well. And I also, and then the third thing that struck me, and I didn't like examine this with a microscope. It was like a first blush, which is how other people are going to be watching it.
Right.
The other thing that really struck me was, I feel like it was the most real Julie, because I know you now from doing these episodes. We've been friends and colleagues now for months, maybe almost a half a year. So I know you because of our conversations, and I feel like it's really you. So much more. It could be a little bit more maybe in some places.
Yes.
But it's so much more than the first video. And again, I mentioned this just earlier. I think this is good enough to post. I know you may want to put music and stuff behind it, which we'll talk about. So First of all, I want to hear what you have to say, but do you agree with those three things?
I do. I definitely do. I tried very hard and worked very hard and not sounding like announcer lady.
Right.
I did not have a script in front of me.
What do we call her? Anchor. Anchor Julie.
My anchor woman. Yeah,
Anchor woman.
for sure. I
Well,
did not
thanks,
have a
Lenny.
script in front of me this time, and it was your good idea to do the outside intro, and then the
Yeah.
inside audio just pops.
Pops,
So
right?
good. That's my favorite part of the whole video.
Yeah,
So that was a good idea.
Something sounds awesome. It sounds awesomer if it's next to something that sounds crappy. And none of your stuff sounds crappy. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yes.
when you put it right next to each other. So yeah, that was a big thing, and it made me feel like, whoa, it elevated the type of quality that you have in your room when you see it next to something else, right?
That was brilliant. I love that.
That's why I hang out with only other unattractive guys when we go out, is because then I'll look more handsome. That's
Whatever.
and when I get all my buddies and I go, oh no, it's just totally casual, dudes. It's flip flops and shorts, and then I show up in like slacks, got a tie on, and then I'm banging at that point, right? It's just like I look wow. It's the same thing.
That's funny.
So, all right. So tell me your list, and I know that we could break it apart, and I imagine that I'm going to tell you how I disagree, or I know we can criticize our own stuff all day. So, but, and I probably, I'll probably go back and watch it again. But go ahead. Let me hear what you got.
Well, the very first part, when I have meditations and affirmations listed and all the bullet points, I feel like it goes slow. I was trying very hard not to sound like I was reading a script, which I wasn't, but I did have the lines pretty well memorized and they were in front of me. So,
I get it. Wait,
I was pausing too much or something, and someone's going to go.
Nope. No, not at all. And I actually think I felt while I was listening to that in my head, I'm thinking, wow, this has a nice little tempo. The graphics that you were doing totally kept my attention, and it looked good, and it kind of flowed, and it went really nicely with your presentation. I'm like, yeah, so I got the opposite. So I saw what you're doing, and here's what happens is you're too close to it. You've done it so many times, and I love the fact that we dumbed down how much content was in it. I never felt, Julie, I promise you, because I'm extra critical about this stuff with my own. I never felt that there was a lull. There was always something you were teaching me, and the pace was fantastic. I really did feel that the pace of this will do the job it's intended to do. So yeah,
That's true. After all, it is a meditation affirmation content. And I guess I'm just so used to watching videos that are like, boop, boop, boop.
Right.
And I've watched that particular one a million times.
Right.
So I'm like, is this slow and bore? I mean, I'm always afraid it's a bore.
Right.
That's what I'm afraid.
So, I just got off the phone. I just got off of a Zoom call with a client of mine, and we had this exact conversation, and I think it applies here. You are only talking to somebody who is hungry for this information. Remember that they are hoping you're going to answer this question. They're like, oh my God, this is exactly what I'm searching for. So, and this is the analogy I told to this person I was speaking with, and I think I'm going to continue to do this. You are not like, knock, knock. Hi, I've got something that I want to tell you. It's not that at all. It's more like, knock, knock. Hi, I have this gift for you. So you are coming. That's how you should that's how the mindset you should approach this viewer. You are bringing them a gift. You have prepared something they're looking for, and it's like, oh, you're gonna love this. I just spent all night baking this, and it's good because I licked the bowl, and this is what I made for you. You're gonna love it. That's how you approach. I think that's how you approach this, and that helps take that pressure off. And I think this video does that.
Well, it makes a lot more sense when you put it like that, because they can turn it off anytime. They looked for it, or maybe it popped up, but if they're bored, they don't have to watch it. So I don't need to have that hanging over my head like.
Yep. Takes the pressure off. And if they're not interested, it's not even going to come up to begin with. So take the pressure off. Yeah.
Okay.
So
I like that.
So every video you have, that excitement should be in your brain, that you're bringing a gift, and you're knocking. You're not even knocking. You're answering the door. Oh, I made this for you. I think, check it out. It's how it goes. All right. Tell me more. It's really good, Jill. You did a good job.
I am concerned about the resolution of my Keynote or any of my graphics.
When you export in Keynote, and I know this is a very specific type of thing, but you can change the resolution. So you could say, hey, this is going to be 4K. And I'm sure that there is some web page somewhere on Apple support or whatever. Keynote is the PowerPoint equivalent, by the way, if you don't know. So that's where you did all the graphics in Keynote. I was almost...
Not all of them, by the way. Not all of them.
Oh, not all of them. Yeah, because in my head, when I was looking at it, I'm like, wow, this is pretty good. And I'm like pretty good at Keynote. I'm like, wow, this is, I don't know if I've even seen some of these moving things, and
yeah, that wasn't Keynote. I'll tell you that.
Okay. But it was great. It did the job. And so, I thought the resolution was fine. Now, I wasn't watching it on full screen, but here's what you got to keep telling yourself. These little things you may find out, and the next video may be easier and better with the graphics. It may look better, whatever. As long as you keep on learning. But I will tell you this video will do the marketing job that we intend it to do.
Okay.
And I don't think that lack of video quality is going to hinder that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Only if it causes a problem would you need to do it over. But I know you're going to do it over with the music and stuff anyway, but whatever. It's great. I think this is going to be a good video for your channel, for your stream. Let's keep going. I have one thing that I think could be improved, but keep going at the end. So go ahead.
To hear that, because a lot of my stuff are tech questions.
Okay. Yeah, and we can put those fires out one at a time. I'll show you that stuff, and it may not even be part of, because everybody's tech is a little bit different or what they're concerned about, so it doesn't even necessarily have to be part of this. But I'll help you. So you did it. You did the video in Final Cut. This is actually interesting. Final Cut or Adobe Premiere, or there's a ton of other things. People can record and edit on their phones, their smartphones, if they want to. There's a ton of different ways you can do it. But yes, the technical does come into play, and it could slow you down, and it can hinder your progress of putting content out and stuff. So we'll talk about some of this stuff. Okay. So the graphics, mostly Keynote, but then there was something else, and you're editing your video on
Final Cut Pro. Yeah.
Tell me about the camera. Good. Congratulations, Bob. I'm glad you did. I know you're going to like it, and you're familiar with that. What camera did you use for both of the in studio and outside? So
I have the iPhone 15 Pro, and that's what I used for that. Here's what I was going to tell you. When the shots of Up in the Mountains, when my best friend was in town, I thought that
best friend / photographer.
Yeah. I thought that it would really help me be more myself, because you kept saying, think of one person, don't talk to an audience. And her face was right there.
Right.
So that helped me break that wall between Anchor Lady. Because even when I was by myself recording that intro outside of in my backyard, I was saying, let's take a look. It was kind of sounded like that. That's an exaggeration, but...
Now back to you, Lenny B. Thank you. Yep. Hang on.
I'll tell you the difference now. I'm exaggerating it, but it sounds like that to me.
If talking to your friend is the way that makes you deliver what I saw, then that's perfect. Yeah, because she's probably not a voiceover artist, or maybe she's not as into the meditation as you are. So you're explaining it like it needs to be explained. Whatever it is, it worked. And so if that helps, that's totally awesome. I think that's just great.
Well, she lives in San Antonio, so I won't be able to have her film all of my videos, but at least I got the feel. We discussed, she and I, that I got the feel of what it was like to act like myself. And my nephew said, why don't you just set up the camera and just talk to it on a daily basis? Maybe that'll make you more comfortable too. So I don't turn into Anchor Woman. He thought that was maybe a good exercise to do too. So I'll keep working on that. I feel like I'm on my way, but not there just yet.
That's what 4-year-old Julie with the tape recorder just was doing. And it's exactly the same type of thing. You were playing, and that's what you do. What would you make them? It's a journal, just video journal for yourself. So, I'm just trying to get better. Talk to yourself. Hey, I'm flipping on the camera now. I'm just pushing record. This is day 1. What I'm trying to do is get more comfortable and just make it to where I'm just talking to somebody myself. So, I mean, can you hold a conversation with yourself for 5 minutes without any pauses?
Well, I do it when on my audio and my voice memos all the time. My
Right.
best friend and I send each other, I think I may have told you, we send each other
Oh,
from
yeah, yeah.
5 to 20-minute voice memos back and forth rather than talk on the phone
Sure.
whenever it's convenient. So I can talk for a long time, but just when that camera comes and I'm like,
And now back to you. And this, I know, I
yeah,
get it. I,
I'm
I
like
get it.
this.
It's,
Let's
um,
take it.
it's, it just, because here's, and let's break that down because I know exactly what that feels like. Let's break that down. You start focusing on being criticized and all these people going like this, right? You watch the audience of people going,
Audience, like you said,
Yeah.
it's one
What?
person.
right? What the hell is she doing? That's exactly what who does she think she is? Oh my God, is she serious right now? That's when high school comes back, right? It's like the click. No, but that's not who you're talking to. So no, this is a little private. It's the little safe cocoon house safety. You're fine. None of those people are watching, and they never will, and they don't. It doesn't matter.
Right.
And here's the cool thing. At some point, when you start seeing how many followers you have and you start getting clients and you go, oh my God, I have to turn this client down because I have too many clients. I just don't have the time. Then you start thinking, oh, I wish some of those people from high school were watching these videos right now because I'm a badass, right? Then they're like, my God, what is she doing? This is really, I didn't know she was like an influencer. Then all of a sudden, right? They're right. It's happening. It's happening in real time.
Right.
So it's really just all perspective. I'm just trying to make you laugh, and it's working.
No, that is true, and it's hilarious. And part of it, I mean, a really big part of it is thinking that I have to say lines or seem like I was when we watched TV our whole lives.
Right. Right.
And seem like, a talk show host.
Right. It's what you're used to seeing, and you think that is, it's just so different now. It's really just a window to your personality. Yeah, I know. But there's the technical part that comes into it, and you're thinking like, did I push record? Am I recording level? We talk about all that stuff. So, but the more you do it, so yes, I agree with your nephew or whatever it said, just the more you do it, you're going to get better at it. But I feel like this second video is at the place where you can post these and they're going to do a marketing job for you. And you know what also helps, Julie, is you're going to get compliments from people. And I would say it, being vulnerable is good. I could say, hey, gosh, if you have a little bit of an insecurity about something, I do that all the time. Like, gosh, I don't know if I'm saying this right. Let me rephrase that because what I just said might be completely, you know what I mean? Be real. And even your insecurities, measure it.
Don't necessarily cut those parts out.
Exactly. The mistakes endear you. We used to say that all the time.
You told me that before too. I need to let that sink in.
Mm-hmm. If I all of a sudden, like I'm talking, this is life, right? If I'm talking to you and I go, oh my God, I gotta go get a Kleenex. Give me 1 second. Those things happen. Yes. Would you edit that in or not keep that in your video? Right. You wouldn't do that. But my point is it depends on the type of thing. Real things happen or insecurities or stuff that's in your head. Share that. What is that? What really is that? It's your personality. It's how you, I always say this to the guys in the band. I don't know if I've told you this before, but I'm in a rock band with the guys. I'm the youngest.
So you are currently?
Yeah. We have just
you referred to it before. I thought this was something in the past for some reason.
We still do it. All our wives are really good friends. I love playing with these guys. We're all old enough now to have the gear that we've always wanted. And it's a social club. It's a great thing. But I tell this to the guys all the time. And it's stuff that you learn as a performer. And we just play these horrible clubs. It's like, hey, where are we playing tonight? And my guitar player will tell me, I'm like, oh, I should bring a knife. That's a biker bar. Because that's all it's not. We always have fun and they're always great places and they love us. It's fun. My point is, we're always learning. And I tell the guys all the time, and this applies. It's not the mistake you make because nobody even knows. It's how you recuperate from the mistake. So that's where the personality comes in. You know, and this is just such a good analogy. If I'm playing the part and this like the really hard part in the song that we practice, and if I screw it up, if I'm on stage and I go, oh God, right? Do you understand? If I do that, people are going to go, oh, what's they don't even know you made a mistake. But if I recover, if I just glaze right through it, and after I'm done, and if I just like, nobody knows the difference, the guys know, but it's how you recuperate from that is the story. If I played and I played something wrong, but you just let it, you just keep going, focus on the next chorus, and you just keep performing. Nobody even knows the difference. It's how you recover from the mistake that people remember. So are they going to remember you as a bonehead who forgot the part? Or are they going to remember you as, no, it seemed they're good because it seemed fine. Nobody even knows when you make a mistake. So, if, now I know that is kind of a little bit different from making, exposing yourself. It just depends on the platform and depends on what you're trying to do. But if you're trying to be vulnerable and tell somebody a story and expose your personality, which I think is really valuable in your video in this situation, you may want to say, oh my God, I need to just rephrase exactly what I just said. Let me explain it this way. And here's why. Be an open book. I think people respect that. It's gauge it all. And here's the thing. You could record it and you could always edit it out. That's where you know what I mean? But emote,
well, I know
be real.
I like that. When I watch all my TikToks, the more real the person, the more I follow them and watch them.
Yeah, the people you look and like. Yeah. Yeah. The more insecure you share your insecurity, because, oh my God, I know that feeling. I've been there too. And that's what we're doing in these. We're talking about your insecurities. I'm talking about the mistakes that I've made. And I think that it works. And I know this is, again, we're in the matrix right now. Read some of the comments that people are putting on these videos. They get it because they've been there. And what we're talking about is real. And it's the discussions. People are like, oh my God, I love you. You have been, people are referred to you as, I go, have you seen the I'll maybe tell somebody, have you watched any of the podcast episodes? And you're, Julie, the bubbly one. You're you're the energetic bubbly one. That's what people. That's your brand. Just because you're always laughing at something stupid I'm saying, which is fun. I appreciate that. So all right. Let me tell you. Let me tell you what I think could be improved. And I don't think you need to redo this. Okay. I know you want to put music over it, and that's fine, or underneath it, and that's totally fine.
I don't know. I wanted to talk to you about that.
Yeah, well, let's talk about that next. The only thing is I think, and I know this is real, and I know this is what happened. You tell me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
When you did the call to action, I think you felt a little bit hesitant. And you changed from the gift. Your call to action is a gift too. I felt that you changed a little bit from a gift more to like, hey, can I come in? Do you mind if I do something? So I want you, I just felt that little shift in your personality, your attitude, but I want you to understand, and this is part of the awesomeness of this marketing. If somebody takes you up on your call to action, it's synergy. They're helping you and you're helping them because they're like, oh my God, I love Julie's voice. I'm doing a meditation and I need a voiceover. You're going to be perfect. So the people that are going to respond to that are going to be like, this is their idea. Oh my God, I can reach out to you you could actually do I didn't even think about, she would be great for my project. So it's a gift. The fact that you go, hey, if you like my voice, you're saying, don't be shy. I'm not this big YouTube internet star. I take people just like whatever your project is. If you think we could work together, send me a script and I'll send it back to you free. It's another gift. And I felt that do you agree with that?
Yes, 100%. I don't know if you noticed, but I used the ending from my first video.
Oh.
Maybe that's why I hadn't heard all of our good stuff yet from our last.
Gotcha.
I kept it, and you're going to think this is silly. Talk about being vulnerable. I kept it because I had a really good hair day, and I was like,
That's okay.
I still want to use that footage.
So it was a good hair day that did it. Nope, I get it. I
But if
totally get that.
and I cut it up a little bit so it wasn't as slow.
Right. I did notice
oh.
there was a part that looked familiar, but I didn't notice it was this exact same one. And it's
It was
fine.
probably maybe we could work together.
Yeah, it was that part. That's the part that reminded me. So yeah, because you lean into it. And I'll tell you what, I'll say this again. I don't think you need to redo this.
Okay.
I just think that what I'm telling you is not a huge problem. This is more about how I think it could be better.
Yeah.
The more you bring the gift and understand that from you and be real and be confident that you're helping. The only people that are gonna take you up on your call to action are the ones that are actually seeing it as a gift. So as long as you do it that way, I think it will make it. When I say better, Julie, when I say improve, what I mean is not that you're doing a better job. It's going to be a more effective marketing piece. You did a great job. This is the second video you've done, and you're already editing like a rock star, and it looks good and sounds good and stuff. I'm just saying, and I could be wrong, I personally think it will be a better, stronger marketing piece if you come to the table with the gift.
You're not wrong. That's a really, really important facet of this. And that's something that I was kind of pussyfooting around, like,
I get it.
You want to hire me?
I get it. No. And that's nature. It's human nature. It's your personality. It's your empathy. It's like, yeah, that's what you don't want to force yourself onto anybody.
Right. Never.
You gotta just remember who's watching this. And I'll tell you, these YouTube marketing, these are marketing pieces. You're telling your story. You have total control of how you want to present yourself, what type of clients you want to attract, what type of products that you want to offer. And we talk about these in the episodes before. Do you see this? Do you feel confident and see this working?
Very much so. I believe in this so much. I am quite a logical person, and it just makes sense to me. So I'm going to be putting out as many of these as possible, because obviously the more the better. One isn't going to do much, but I'm going to have.
Yeah. And so let me ask you this, and I want to talk about, you had some other questions and stuff. I want to make sure we don't forget that. It's the technical part and the time and the writing. It takes time, and your first ones I think are taking a long, and we have to do another version, and we're learning. But I can see, and I want you to know that it gets quicker. And I do a video. I just released one actually this morning, which I haven't done in a long time. You saw it? Oh, cool.
I'm a fan.
I have to do more, and it's a marketing because I want to continue to tell my story, and I have new things that I'm learning that I want. I have new cakes to bring all the time. Why does it always come down to sweets with me, with the food?
I always have club.
You're in the club?
Oh, yeah.
I have to keep doing it, and I get better at it. But it still takes me 2-3 days sometimes to come up with a concept, actually record it, do the editing. And I always go behind, like, oh, I forgot to do this, or I need an intro, or I'm going to redo that part, because I'm always trying to think of making it better. And I have a standard that I hold myself to. And then I also think that, if my videos don't sound right, I got a problem, because I'm talking about audio quality and stuff, and those things happen. Before we started this morning, I rerouted some stuff on my computer and the audio was off. And so it will constantly happen. But I guess what I'm telling you is, did you find it monotonous? Can you see taking less time? Can you see it becoming easier from a technical standpoint and writing and producing?
I can definitely see, just like when I started recording my voiceover stuff, that it will get faster and faster. But truthfully, I could not have had more fun. This stuff I could just dive into all day long. I love this stuff. So it was not monotonous for me at all. Yes, it took me a really long time, but it was not monotonous. I loved every second of it. I kept thinking to myself, really, this is my homework right now. This is my
Right.
dream of my life. Are you kidding me?
Yes.
I loved it so much.
I like the fact that you see, oh my God, I can do a ton of these things, because the more you build them, the more you make, the more brand you're gonna be somebody who's like, when your video comes out, people are gonna go, oh, this is so cool. I can't wait to watch it. You're like an episode that's coming out on Netflix within your little universe, and how fun that is. We are all performers. I think voiceover people are performers. You've got your own stage. You have your own, how cool is that, right? And you cultivate an audience. I don't know if I told you this. I think I might have done this before. One of the very first videos that I did was of my nephew, who is now on his second album, and he's got a record label, and he's going to go on tour in Europe this year or next year. It's so cool. Yeah, he's awesome. He's 22 and he's 23, and he's got the world in his hands. It's just so cool to watch, because it's something that I've always dreamed of doing, and I hope I'm helping as much as I can. But what I remember when he was a kid, I had just got my first camera, and I made a video of him because he wanted to get his ears pierced. He got all good grades, and his parents let him get his ears pierced, right?
Okay.
So I'm like, Uncle Lenny just got a camera. I want to go with you. And I captured the whole thing. And I put a video together. And this is a long story for a stupid point, but I'll wrap it up.
I want to hear it.
Yeah, no. So the video is great. It's about him getting his ears pierced. It's on my YouTube channel, and it's got, I don't know, 700,000 views. It's just maybe 70,000 views, whatever it is. It's a lot for just a video of a kid, right? And I produced it, and I did the cuts, and I was just learning, and it was back, gosh, it must have been like 12 years ago, maybe.
Okay.
He was just a kid. And I remember going, hey, Jake, come here, I want you to see this. I said, look at 70,000 people watched your video. And I knew that wasn't going to, the number 70,000, I just knew it wasn't going to hit him. So before I showed him that, I went and I did a search on Google for stadiums with 70,000 seats. And so empty. So what I did was I said, hey, come and look. So 70,000 people watched your video. And I said, let me show you what that means. And then I opened up the picture of a 70,000 seat arena. I said, so basically you're performing in front of the sold out crowd in this arena. And he goes, whoa, Uncle Lenny, I didn't even think about it that way. That's how many people have seen your video. Yes, they're all over the world, but how crazy is that, right? And they made him think, and when you think about it, that's a lot of people, and that's just from radio. We think we get ratings back when we go, at any average quarter hour, Monday through Friday, 500,000 people are listening to the show that you're on right now. And it's hard to kind of grasp that idea, because everybody's in their cars and they're not together, and they're listening from different places. So it's really hard to understand, but that's a lot. That's a lot of people that you have their attention at one time.
Really?
But you have the power to do that, and you're going to grow this channel to have an audience that you can market to that finds value and sees value in your products, in your skill, in your personality, and you become an influencer, really. And what's cool about your influencing is you've got your own products. You're not influencing other people's stuff. You're not saying, go buy this, and then I get maybe a small percentage. You're like, buy my product, and you get all the money from that, and it helps you follow your goal and stuff. So that's kind of I guess that's the model of really what we're doing here. This is a marketing piece, this video, but now let's talk about a campaign and what your next video should be. Because I think this is important to talk about, is like the next move here, what we're going to work on next. So you're going to figure out if you're going to put music on that last one or not. I think it's good. It is a good marketing piece the way it is. So you can post this, and I would say let's move forward. You start doing this. We really should talk about in the next episode and the next meeting. I think you and I need to talk about. We're going to revisit marketing content, but you and I need to talk about the mechanisms now. It's like, okay, I think the next thing we should do is talk about, okay, if somebody approaches you and they want you to read a script and they want a free version of, if they want to follow your call to action, how do they get to you? How do you get to them easily? How do we grease the wheels to make this an easy experience for a potential client so you can close the deal? So I think that's the next thing I want to talk about with you and work on.
Okay. Great.
And then there's automation, which is really the next chunk of the marketing course.
Right.
And you get to realize that you need automation when things get out of hand. It's like, oh my God, I got 10 people coming to me a day. I can't figure all this out. I want to respond to them. I don't want to just flake, but I don't want to lose any business. That's where we're going. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about though, and we'll wrap up today by talking about the campaign. Like, okay, what one video that you just did says this, but now we're going to think about what content we're going to do next, and what does the group of videos say? So and here's my suggestion for you, keep it a really elementary subjects. So this thing about generally telling quickly what the difference between affirmations and, what was the other one?
Meditations.
Meditation and affirmation, yes. This is not my wheelhouse. This is your house. So that was generally very elementary kind of a concept. I'm sure there's 10 that you can come up with. So I would start very elementary, because you're going to bring beginners, you're going to bring new people in, and then they grow with you. As you get more complicated, they'll be part of your routine. So I think that's a smart move, is to do more things like this on a very elementary level. And if you think it's just too simple, it's like, gosh, I learned this a long time ago. It's not. This is really going to be a strong magnet to start with. But you and I have talked about how, what's the guy's name that you like that's really inspiring you?
Jason Stevenson.
Jason Stevenson. Hello, Jason Stevenson. This SEO is calling your name. This video may show up in your stream because your name is in it, Jason Stevenson. You may actually speak to him. Maybe you'll do a video with him one day. I think you should absolutely reach out to him. But what we wanted to do was, he is a meditation person that does meditations online. He voices it himself. Is that correct? You like his vibe for certain reasons. And what we thought, if you haven't seen some of the past videos, is by you sharing the fact that you think this guy he has value to what he does. And Julie, I say, I'm Julie and I love meditation, and I'm cultivating an audience who also loves meditation. And this guy is awesome, and I want to share it with you. It's like when you make a mixtape for your friend. Oh my God, you got to hear this song. That's what you're doing. So we thought to have a series of videos within the content, sharing that passion. And it's good SEO too, because it's like when you're talking to somebody who also likes the band that you're into, because you become tighter friends because you're sharing your common interests. It's exactly what you're doing. You like this guy because you relate to him and you like the way he works and you want to share that passion. So I would say, or maybe he's taught you a frame of mind. There's a lot that you like about him. So, I mean, this is a way that you could do it. You could say, you could even start with a testimony or say, hey, by the way, I want to share something with you today. I recently got a request to read a script, and it was on a topic in meditation that I wasn't really familiar with. I'm pulling this out of my butt, but I'm just giving you an example. And let me just read you the script. And I'm like, as a voiceover artist, I was like, I don't know how I'm going to approach this. And here's what it says, blah, 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 blah. And then I thought, yes, I could read it this way. I could approach it this way. I'm unfamiliar with this, so I have to look this up. And then, what popped into my mind was something that
Jason Stevenson
said. And by the way, if you don't know who he is, you will love him. He does a meditation. I've been following him for a long time. He helps me with this. But I remember how he read something, and I thought, oh my God, that would go really well with this. So let me play for you what he did. And then you play a little bit, or you just show a picture. And he said, or you do it in your own words because you want to copyright. You don't want to rebroadcast what he does. That could be a problem or whatever. He could be upset if you try to whatever. You could say, he said in one of his mentions, or he read something similar, and he actually took it this way. And I thought, oh my God, that would be great. So first of all, I want to share with you my enthusiasm for Jason Momoa. What's his name again?
Jason Stevenson.
I want to share my enthusiasm for Jason Stevenson, but I also want to show you that you can be influenced by other people. You could be influenced by me the way I did. This is how I decided to read it now, thinking about what he's taught me or how he approached it, and then you do it this way. By the way, if you need a female voice and it's on the subject of meditation, I actually do voiceovers, and I can do it this way. Just see some kind of connection. plot them in your brain as bullet points and then tell the story to someone who's never heard it before, like you're bringing a cake. And I think that is going to be, you got a ton of these that you can do because it's really your life and it's really happening right now.
And I have lots of people I admire the way they do it and the message they have. And I have a lot of endless.
Julie, I've done that with you in my courses, right? You may find something that I'm telling you that you could say, hey, the guy I work with, I'm not telling you need to do this, but I'm saying if it's real, do it. I work with Lenny B, and he taught me this thing about messaging, and I thought, that would be really good. And then my SEO connects to you, it's real. Go with what's real.
I have lots of good things you say.
It would only help me. It would only make our work relationship stronger. And I think it'll help you too, because now people that watch me also are starting to watch you. They'll come, their streams will suggest you and you're talking about voiceover and you know what I mean? It's a community that you build. And so anyway, I just want to plant that stuff in your brain. As you start thinking, now you're going to start thinking about, okay, where do I want to take now you're painting. Where do I want to take my channel? Who do I want to attract? What posters do I want to put on my wall as a little kid? You know what? It's what you're creating your own space on the internet, right?
Great.
Yeah, I like it. That's cool.
I love it. Well, I just wanted to ask you real fast about if I should even consider putting music because of what we just said about how it sounds so awesome going from outside to inside. I would hate to distract from that.
Interesting. What I would probably do is what I would do. That was me thinking. You just said what I would do is I would not have music until after that transition, because you're right. It would lessen the potency of that dichotomy, that change.
It's my favorite part of the video.
Me too.
By far.
It's big and it's great. And maybe you do that in all of them. I don't see, because it's striking. That's something we just stumbled upon. But it really, being able to, and this is something I didn't say before, and I want to just clarify this, you doing an outside interview style on camera with your iPhone and then moving to a graphics style with, you're doing voiceover. It's voiceover. You write the graphics, you do what you're going to say, and you're exactly doing what you're selling and what you're offering. Is you get to really focus, and then you put a spotlight on exactly what you want people to see that you do. So I don't know. I don't think that's bad at all. I think I would lean into that, do more of that until you come up with a better idea. But yeah, so I would let that pop kind of hit, and then maybe you just kind of, I would find the tempo, and as an editor, I think you'll understand that. It would be like your voice and the voiceover and the great quality hits, and then you maybe finish the sentiment, and then when you start another sentiment, maybe the music comes in. You'll feel it. Yeah. So what I was going to say is you have this one without music. I would figure out where the best place to use the music is, and then watch them both. Okay. And it's really you. I don't think anybody. I mean, if you think it's better, and here's the thing: everything that you do in this video is either going to make it a better representation of who you really are, a better marketing piece. It's going to do that, or it's going to detract from making it a strong marketing piece and detract from who you really are and your brand and what you want to design. So I think if you play it for somebody, they may go, oh, I like this one or I like that one, but that really doesn't matter as much as you matter and what you want. That's because I could play my videos, and this is, and this is something you'll come across, and it's the truth. And the right answer is what you like, I think, because you'll attract the people that are gonna, you know where I'm going. I could play my video for 10 people and say, do you like it? Do you not? What should I have done? What shouldn't I have done? And they're all going to give me different reasons, and they're all going to be driving me to do something that they want instead of what I like. And if you are true to yourself and do the things that you like if it resonates with people, then you're attracting the right people that will hire you to do you. And that's easy for you. And that's what you want to do. You want to be you, right? Boy, that's very affirmation-y.
That makes so much sense. And it's too many cooks if you ask too many people about your stuff.
Yeah.
And you're so right. You're so right.
Just do you.
Yes.
And what's the worst that can happen? The worst that could happen is you can make a bunch of videos and nobody watches them and you don't get a phone call, or but you will. You totally will.
I'm still doing other stuff, but I just love doing this.
Yeah.
It's so much fun. I love learning Final Cut Pro again for the second time from 20 years ago.
Which is great. All these things are great because you are building a machine, doing the things that you like, and you're building a machine to get people to pay you to do more of what you like.
Right. It's mind-blowing.
It's great. It's like, if we dumb that down into, 3,000 years ago, it's like, well, I like Brussels sprouts. I think I'm going to have a Brussels sprout farm. I love those damn things. And a balsamic vinegar farm right next door. I don't know how they do that. And a vinegar factory. That's what I'm going to make.
Yeah.
And then bacon. I'm going to have pigs up on this.
So you always can make your favorite thing.
Right. That's what I love those. Yeah. I think when you dumb it down, do what you love and do what you're drawn to, do what your family is just naturally good at. The genetics lead you to do this type of thing. And that's what everybody should do. And the internet and the way we're using this marketing and this new system is giving us the freedom to hopefully carve out a living being happy doing it. And I like that again, Julie, you've got all the tools. This video is going, I can't see it not working. We could be wrong. Maybe episode like 50 is going to be like, you're all broke. It's like
there's like 4 views on all of my stuff.
Right. One of the panels is all crooked. One of the panels is all broken and crooked in the background. What happened to your mic? I had to sell it. You're just using this. I don't know where this is going to this may we're laughing because it's a possibility. This may all just completely break down. This may all just not work. I don't know. I feel pretty confident we're going to be okay, though.
That's not how this is going to go. I feel it. I'm following my path, and this is going to be awesome.
Right.